If you're planning your vacation to Europe and you're starting to feel overwhelmed, I'm going to share with you some tips that are going to make your life a lot easier. I've traveled to Europe many times as a parent and as a travel agent, and these are some things I wish I knew before we went. The hotel rooms are much smaller than what we're used to in the United States, and the hotels themselves are stripped down of amenities that we are accustomed to. So don't be surprised if your hotel doesn't have things like elevators or on-site dining, and they're definitely not going to have a gym or a business center. The hotel rooms are very basic and are equipped with small beds. Typically they're twins, doubles, or a combination of both. You're very unlikely to find a queen or a king bed. If you do ask for a king, a lot of times they'll put two twins together and call it a king bed. They also don't have things like washcloths in many of the hotels. So you can get a towel. It's not going to be a big plush bath towel. It's going to be in between the size of a typical hand towel and bath towel, and that will be your bath towel. Also in Europe, the outlets are different than the ones in the United States. Some countries use a C plug and some use a G plug, and none of them use the plugs that we're used to here. I recommend researching the outlet situation for the country that you plan to visit and buying an adapter online. You can easily get them at Walmart, Target, or on Amazon. Dinner happens late in Europe. It's at 8 p.m. or later, and many of the restaurants don't even open until this time. So if you're traveling with a little kid that's used to eating dinner at 5 or 6 p.m., I recommend scoping out the immediate area around your hotel, going to a local store, and stocking up your room with some snacks. And while we're talking about food, let's talk about the drinking. Drinking age is lower in Europe. Some countries it's 16 and some it's 18. So if you are traveling with a teenager that's looking forward to drinking, make sure you have a conversation with them around safe drinking, because the bartenders are not going to parent for you because your kids are of drinking age. Exchanging money in Europe is expensive. I highly recommend exchanging money at your local bank 2 weeks before your departure trip. If you do need to exchange money while you're in destination, I recommend doing it at an ATM. But whatever you do, don't exchange money at the airport kiosk when you arrive in your destination. The airport is the most expensive place to exchange currency. You're going to get a worse exchange rate and you're going to get fees on top of that. Getting around the city is easy and you can just use an Uber. It's safe and reliable, and you use the same app that you already have on your phone. For longer distance travel or to travel to a different country, use the train system. The train system is very robust, advanced, and easy to use and navigate in Europe. It's not like the Amtrak is here. It's a whole different thing in Europe. And that is how most people travel around, and it's super convenient. So if you're traveling to multiple countries, don't get hung up on expensive airfare. Just take the train. If you have any questions at all about planning a European vacation with your family, go ahead and reach out to me. I'd love to help you plan that. Happy travels!